Good evening. Hey, it is me, Tamika James. I have many titles, so many titles. Hairstylist, salon owner. I am the CEO of Extensions Expo Show. I am also an author. I am a two-time author so far, till I finish writing the next book. And I'm so many things. I love hair, weaving, everything about beauty is all within me. Good evening. So guys, tonight what I am going to be talking about is more than 10 reasons for hair loss. So if you are a stylist, if you are someone who's out there that just would love to know why does the hair fall out, I'm here to tell you. Hi, Akia. And also hi to Vita. Hello, lovely folks. So tonight you guys are going to learn exactly why hair falls out. So without further ado, I am going to start to give you guys some of those reasons. If you know of any reasons why hair falls out, feel free to add it to the screen. You can join me, but I have a list here, okay? So I am going to start out with high blood pressure. So if you have high blood pressure, there's a possibility that your hair will come out. Now, hi Tava, and hello, Textures by Deb. So high blood pressure is one of those reasons, and everything with the blood has everything to do with everything, okay? So a lot of times your doctor will administer medication to you. Most people who have high blood pressure are in a really, really hot seat for losing their hair. Now, what I do know is high blood pressure medication can be lowered and it can be changed. So if you have high blood pressure and you notice that your hair is coming out, you may want to talk to your doctor and let your doctor know that this is actually occurring so that they could possibly change your medication and just lower your dosage, okay? So high blood pressure is one reason. Another reason why hair will fall out, come out, start to be ejected from the scalp is if you are pregnant and you just had your baby. So how does this work? We notice that, oh, y'all giving me some good stuff here. We notice that when we are pregnant women, that is, we seem to feel like we have more hair. And that is because our hormones go into overdrive. And what happens is it makes the hair appear more full. So actually more hair is produced. Like your hormones are going like this, snap, 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 really, really quick, right? But then what happens is after you have the baby, your hormones go in the total opposite direction. So you're now at the point where everything kind of slows down and things are changing. So I have to tell you that after you have a baby, ladies, you need to continue to take your prenatal vitamins because prenatal vitamins are really strong and they have a lot in them, and it's really good to continue to take them at least at a minimum 6 months and sometimes up to a year after you have a baby. Javi Moore. So this is a strong message to everyone who had a baby. Continue to take those vitamins. Now, your doctor should tell you that, and if they don't, you heard it from Tamika James. All right? Now, let's take the same situation where you were pregnant, your hormones sped up, and OMG, you lost the baby. You still now have the opposite going on within your body. So you were pregnant, it sped up, the baby is no longer in your body, you are going in the opposite direction. So let's not just look at this as if you had a baby and you actually had the baby was born and you may actually have some hair loss. It's the same exact situation, guys. So I want you all to know that, okay? The next is going to be also the same situation. Hi, Queena. Same situation would be with having an abortion. Is the same thing. That's what I wanted to get at. So it's all the total opposite of being pregnant and now not having a baby, okay? Which also brings me to talk about the next point is going to be hair loss can occur when you guys have surgery. So surgery meaning you had anesthesia, all right? This is a big one because a lot of people don't know about it. And this is what happens. You guys wake up from surgery and you realize that your skin is dry, your lips are dry, your skin is dry, your mouth is dry. Hi, Maisha. Maisha, you definitely probably have some input on this one. Yes. So Maisha seconded that and she said yes. So anesthesia, guys, will put you in a position of seeing some hair loss. So if I have a client that comes in and they are talking about, you know, telling me that they just had surgery and now they're like, oh, my hair, my scalp. So you'll see a dry scalp and you will also see some hairs being ejected. So I just need everyone to know what's on this list so that if something falls under your umbrella, under your situation, you'll know exactly what's going on. All right, so another one will be thyroid issues. So someone typed that on the screen, but thyroid issues. There's hypo and hyperthyroid, okay? So, you know, your thyroid is in here, and that is the thing that they're feeling for when, you know, you have like a lump here. So guys, if you ever feel like your throat is really like, it's like a lump here, yes, thyroid issues. You need to make sure you check that out. So I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that, like, when you go to the emergency room, they almost always check your thyroid. And if you haven't paid attention, that is what they're doing. So they always touch your neck. They do this and they have you open up your mouth and all this other stuff. They're checking your thyroid because when it's really enlarged or something is going on, then that will be a strong indicator, okay, of also with hair loss and some thyroid issues, point blank. Next, we are going to talk about stress. Why does stress affect the hair? I was talking earlier about blood, and your blood flow changes. Everything changes. You know, there's more hormones running through, and things are changing when you are stressed out. So being stressed can definitely make the hair come out. So guys, you want to be very conscious of the things that give you stress, the things that bring it on. I want you to make sure that you are exercising because you can combat stress through exercise. It is real. It is true. That's pretty much it. So I want you to know that if you notice that there's some stress, you can actually do something about it by definitely, you know, exercising. You can exercise at home, guys. You don't need a gym to make sure that you are, you know, trying to go the opposite of what stress brings on. Okay. So really, really important. So it affects your blood flow and your whole bloodstream, and your whole stress is something that affects your nervous system is exactly what I want to say. So please take care of that. Okay. That's why they have medicine for stress. I want to also talk about medication. So earlier I was talking about high blood pressure and how if you actually have a lot of medication and you may want your doctor to lower your dosage. I want to now talk about a new medication that was introduced to your body. We all have to understand that we're taking medication because there is a situation and we are now trying to combat that situation. But medication that is now introduced to your body changes things. So you have to understand that when you take new medication, there's a possibility of something going on with your body. So when we take medication, we're looking at the side effects that we read on the paper that they give us. It tells us all of these different things that can happen to us. So medication can actually do that to you. All right. Now, there is a medication I know in particular, which is the Depo. The Depo-Provera. That medication is a birth control, and it definitely has a very high chance of hair loss. Very high chance. Does everyone lose their hair? Probably not. But a lot of people lose their hair from actually taking the DepoShot. Okay, so now you won't have a baby, but now you're losing your hair. I don't know. Pick your battles, people. That's all I have to say. So the Depo is definitely one that is gives you a possibility of losing the hair. Another one will be head trauma. All right. So if someone was in a car accident, if someone was, experiencing, being battered, you can have hair loss because of that. It is real. It is true. So if you hit your head, if someone hits you in the head, anything that causes some level of head trauma can cause hair loss. So it can be hair loss indefinitely. It can be, hair loss that comes back if you're treated right away. But it is true that if you have head trauma, that you may possibly lose your hair. All right. So my name is Tamika James, and I am here talking to you guys about why the hair comes out. I'm talking about more than 10 reasons for hair loss on this evening. So if you are a stylist, if you are a stylist, or if you are just a person who wants to know why the hair comes out, I am giving you the more than 10 reasons why this can actually happen. So thank you, Maisha, for putting those things on the screen. Chemical burns is next, guys. Chemical burns can cause hair loss. So, plain and simple, a chemical is left on the hair too long, on the skin too long. A chemical is just too strong for you. It can cause hair loss. So we have to be very careful. So when we're applying those relaxers and colors and everything, we need to be very careful with, especially around the hairline, making sure that we put the base down and doing what we are supposed to do to protect the skin from a chemical burn. Chemical burns are real. So whether it's a chemical burn from some type of hair product, or whether it is, now Maisha is over here, and Maisha, CCCA. Maisha, tell us exactly what CCCA means. She says that chemical burns lead to CCCA. We're going to find out exactly what CCCA is. All right. So be careful, guys. Please be careful everywhere with the chemical burns. The next is going to be alopecia. Scarring. She says it's scarring. Chemical burns lead to scarring. Okay, awesome. So alopecia. Now, when I speak about alopecia, I need you guys to know that alopecia has many different forms. What we tend to do is we say the word alopecia and we kind of leave it. We leave it open, but there are many forms of alopecia. There's alopecia totalis, where you lose all of your hair. There are some people who have no hair anywhere, like no hair. They don't have any eyebrows, high smooth edges. They don't have any hair. They don't have hair anywhere, okay? There's all sorts of types of alopecia. Now, there's alopecia areata that I'm familiar with, which is when your hair comes out in circles, okay? Circular patches. Now, what's really cool and crazy about alopecia areata is that in some situations, centrifugal alopecia is common in African Americans, used to be called hot comb alopecia. Thank you. So guys, if you are over here on Facebook Live, you definitely want to follow Maisha, because Maisha is a trichologist and she knows her stuff when it comes down to the skin and the scalp and all of that great stuff. So please follow her, because I know that she does classes on this particular topic. Now, I am a beauty professional tonight, just giving you the information that I have. I only go but so far. And speaking of it, I want you guys to know that as a professional, when you have clients that come in, it is your job to relay this information. So you should watch this over, you should take some notes, and you should make sure that you know the reasons why the hair comes out. Okay, and you also should know what it looks like when there's a difference between the hair that comes out and the hair that is breaking. Lovely folks, there are two different things. All right, so when the hair is breaking, your client strands go from here to here, so they're about